have here an HP Officejet Pro 8610. This one had an error saying that there's a paper jam. Despite there being no paper in there, it tells you to look out the rear panel or take down the front cover. And when opening those, there's no paper to be found. So I followed the disassembly video. I will put a link to that video showing how this is disassembled. When I would try to turn it on, it would make three clicking noises over on this side of the printer, so I assumed it was going to be in these gears, and I believe what it is this drive belt in here. So this is already loose, and this is the tensioner right here. So when you get down to here, you'll have to I only unhooked the top parts of the circuit board and the things over here on the right, and I left the rest attached just to get it out of the way. And then this tensioner is down here. These are tightened, and if you haven't figured out by now from disassembling it, all the screws are going to be a T10 Torx head. So I loosened these up to get the tension off the belt. And while we have it here, we're going to clean the belt. So we're going to take just a little cotton swab, get it in a little isopropyl alcohol. We're going to get it here under the belt, and then we're going to use our right hand over here to rotate this gear clockwise. Make sure you're putting a little tension on the cotton swab, and kind of rotate it around so that you're not just getting the same spot dirty as you're cleaning it. So you can tell that this belt's a little old because it's got some kind of piece on it, but it's still in one piece. I gave it power, and it's currently upset that the printer head assembly is stuck, moved to the other side, and I believe it's upset because it's not structurally put together. So I believe once I reassemble it, that problem will also go away, and I will make a second video I'll attach to the end of this one showing it back together and that the problem is solved. Put the tension in it, just kind of take whatever you can. So I just have a different screwdriver head here. I'm just going on the tensioner and holding that down. I'm taking T10. I'm tightening these down. Alright, so now it's just put it back together. I'll be back in a little bit and show you it all reassembled and a working printer. Okay, so we've got it back together. When getting it back together, it's exactly the opposite of how you took it apart. This right panel is a little bit tricky to get back on. Everything's going to be lined up, and for me it didn't seem like it wanted to go back on, so I had to be a little bit more forceful than I would like with it, but I got the top edge in first, and it did take a little bit of force, more than I would normally like to put on plastic, but that is kind of how it came off as well. So let's turn it on and make sure that our error is gone. Yep, it's just talking about it's unhappy with how it got shut down. It's shown that error every time. But we are showing no errors. I obviously don't have the paper tray in just yet. Didn't want to completely reassemble it until I knew we were all good to go, but the clear paper jam that isn't there error is now gone. It was a belt that needed to be cleaned and tensioned, and this problem has gone away.